Okay, 21. What rule is this? Division rule. What do you do with the exponents? We're going to subtract the top minus the bottom. So -4 minus -4. Huh? Yep, it's going to turn to a plus. So it's really going to be 3 to the 0. What is 3 to the 0? 1. Okay, 23. If there's big numbers, okay, leave them where they're at. If they're on the top, put them back on the top. If they're on the bottom, put them on the bottom. Unless they're like, can simplify, okay? So we're going to put the 4, and we do the subtraction always on the top. So you're going to get r to the top is 4 minus the bottom one, which is 4. What's 4 minus 4? 0. So you're going to get r to the 0 over 4. What is r to the 0? 1. So our answer is really 1/4. Okay, 25. We're going to leave our big numbers where they're at. So I got 3 and a 4. We're going to say q to the -4 minus the bottom is -4. R to the 2 minus the bottom, which is -1. What do you do with minuses? It's going to be a plus, plus. So you're going to get 3 to the 4, or 3 over 4. Q to the -4 plus 4. 0, so Q to the 0. R to the 2 plus 1, which is 3. What do you need to do to make our answer right? We gotta delete essentially this q to the 0. So it's just gonna be 3 over 4 R3. $27. What I tell you you could do if they're the same number? Yeah, you can get rid of them. So 4 over 4, you can cross it off. So you're definitely going to have that negative out front. And we got u to the 3. And there's nothing to subtract with that one. So that's okay. And then you're going to get v to the -2 minus -2. It's going to be 0. Okay, so we're going to, you can plus those. So you're going to get negative u3 over v0. What happens to that v0? Cancels. So what's our answer? Negative u3. Okay, 29. What rules are here? Division, and what's the other rule here? The power rule. Okay, so start out and get rid of the parentheses first. Okay, so we got x, -2, y, -4. We haven't changed anything on the top. What do we do with the power? Power rule says to do what? Multiply the exponents. So you got x to the -4 times 0. X to the negative 2, y to the negative 4, okay? What is negative 4 times 0? Negative 4 times 0. 0. Okay, and now we can do the division rule. What's division rule tell us to do with our exponents? Subtract them. So you're going to get x to the negative 2 minus 0, y to the negative 4. Okay, and I'm going to go down here. X to the negative 2, y to the negative 4. Okay, and then that needs to go to the bottom, and that needs to go to the bottom. Okay, this one kind of worked out nicely because it had to the power of 0. Okay, but on the other ones, the steps are going to be the same. Do the power rule first, and then do the division rule. All right. Okay, the next section of your test is going to be about simplifying radicals. Okay, so when we simplify radicals, we need to start out by making that tree. Okay, so 144. What's your magic numbers? We talked about this. What's 2, 3, 5, 7? Okay, so 2, 3, 5, and 7. If there's no number on the outside, what is it? 2. Okay, there's a 2 right here. Okay, so 144, 2 and what? 72, 72. 36, 36. 18, 18. 2 and 9. 3 and 3. We can take these out in groups of what? 2. So who can go? Group of 2s, a group of 2s, and a group of 3s. Okay? Who's left on the inside?
No one.
No one, and that's totally okay. Okay, so what do you do with these 3 numbers? 2 times 2 times 3, 12. Do we leave like this?
No.
No, it looks goofy, okay? So our answer is just 12. Okay, and for some of you guys, you probably already know the square root of 144 is 12, and that's totally okay. But for those of you guys that don't, and practice purposes, I factored it out, okay? 32, what's the first thing you should do? What? Drop the 5 down, okay? Some of you guys are still, you're forgetting that 5, okay? Drop the 5 down here. Okay, 150. 2 and 75. 75. 3, 25. 5 and 5. What is our group number? 2. We can take stuff out in groups of 2. Okay? So remember, there's a baby 2 right here, and that lets us know our group number. Okay, so who can go?
5.
The group of 5s. Where do they go? Outside. Who cannot go? The 2 and 3. Where do they go? Okay, and then we have 2 X's. All right, so I'm going to write them out. How many of those can go? Both of them can go in one group. Okay, so we're going to circle them, and it goes on the outside. What if you had 3 there? Then where would the other one go? Back inside. Okay, so what do you do with the stuff on the outside? Yeah, so 5 times 5, 25, x square root 6. Some of you guys, you're still putting a 10 right there. How would somebody get 10 on the outside? Yeah, they added on one accident, okay? So make sure that you're multiplying, not adding. Okay, last problem, and I'm gonna write the notes way down here at the bottom. Here is your formula. We got y equals, a 1 plus or minus r to the t. What's the a stand for? It's our starting amount, okay? The r, what's the r stand for? We just did this week, last week. What's the R stand for? It's the rate, okay? And then T stands for the time. The rate needs to go from a percent to a decimal. And then this is our starting. Okay, so a cell phone company promises to release a new smartphone model every month. Each month, the battery life will be 3% longer than the previous model. If the current model's battery is 750 minutes, what will the latest model's battery be 17 months from now? Okay, so we're going to get y equals, what's our starting amount? How much did we start with? 750. Okay, that was our initial phone battery minutes. 1, is it going to be plus or minus? Are we getting more or less time every month? More, so it's going to be plus. And what's going to be our decimal? 0.03. Okay, you need to make sure you do that conversion. And our time factor? 17. They want to know 17 months from now, how much will my battery life be? What'd somebody get? Do what? Do we leave the decimal or not? Yes. Okay. If it's something that can be measured, you leave the decimal. Okay. Minutes, months, centimeters, millimeters. Okay. We can leave it. But if it's something like people, okay, you don't leave the decimal. Okay. Money, you leave the decimal. Okay. You guys go through, get all of the other side done. Okay. All the odds. And then put your paper in the box.